Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's class we are discussing about disadvantages of loose pants. Disadvantages of loose pants. So the length of the conductor increases. The span is nothing but loose length. The what are the disadvantages of loose pants? The length of the conductor is increases, right? And wind pressure is very high. Static fields of adjacent conductors enters into each other and short circuits occurs. And more vibrations developed in conductor because of winds. This causes more tension at a point of support. Conductor may break or insulator may damage. So the conductor length required is more, and the possibility of conductor due to clash of wind and led to short circuit. Due to the swing, the conductors are prone to break at fixing points, that is supports, that is insulators may damage. For minimum clearance age, the supporting structure height and total cost increases. As per statutory rules, minimum clearance to be maintains the tower. As per statutory rules, the minimum clearance to be maintained, the tower height is to be increased, due to which cost may increase and the initial cost also increases. Effects of vibrations. The conductor swings because of winds. This creates an vibration in the conductor. So due to these vibrations, the travel towards point of support and clamps may become weak, and from this the insulators may damage and the conductor also damages. So because of these winds and the vibrations in the conductor, so the insulators and conductors will be damaged. Dampers. The damper balls look like a dam ball as shown in figure. The dampers are fixed with 2 to 3 meters before the point of supports at both the sides. They are fixed in parallel with the conductor, so it reduces the effects of vibration at point. So what is the disadvantage of loose pans is overcome by using dampers. The main function of damper is to reduce the effects of vibration at points of supports. This is the conductor, these are the weights, so that the weight is more on the conductor, it does not swings. If air or wind pressure, so it does not swing. These are the conductors, clamp and threading and weights. So here these are the dampers at near to the pole or towers. So stringing chart, for a specified span length, stringing chart gives the information of sag and tension at different temperatures. So for different sags and different temperature, what is the tension, at different temperature what is the sag. So this is a stringing chart. The tension of supports in kgs, the sag in meters, the temperature in 0 degrees centigrade. So temperature is 0 to 60 degrees and the tension is 1100 kgs per centimeters kg per meter, and the sag in meters. So starting stringing charts for 300 meter span. What is the use of stringing charts? So the tension of supports in kgs, the sag in meters, the temperature is 0 to 50 degrees centigrade. Stringing charge for 300 meter span is In the per 300 meter span, the sag is 12.5 meters, and the temperature increases, the tension of the top supports in kgs is approximately 1100 or 10,050. String chart gives the information about height of the tower and length of the tower buried underground, size of the conductor and minimum clearance, and the voltage. String chart gives the information about height of the tower, the length of the tower, the size of the conductor and minimum clearance and voltage, and the span, allowable span, sag. Once again I am explaining here. Disadvantages of loose spans. So length of the conductor is increases. The possibility of conductors to clash due to wind, and it leads to short circuit. If wind pressure is very high, static field of adjacent conductors enters into each other and short circuit will occur, and more vibrations develop in conductors because of winds. Due to this swing, the conductors are prone to break at fixing points, that is supports, so near to the towers. For minimum clearance sake, the supporting structures height and total cost will be increases. This causes more tension at a point of supports. Conductors may break or insulator may damage. As per minimum rules, the minimum clearance to be maintained, the tower height to be increased due to the cost may increase. The initial cost also increases. The effect of vibrations. Conductors swing because of winds. This creates a vibration in conductors. Due to this wind, vibrations in conductor. So vibration travels towards points of supports, and clamps may becomes weak. So continuously for vibrations, the supports of and the clamps may be become weak. So due to this, the insulator may damage and the conductor also damages. So to overcome this problem, we are using dampers. And dampers, look, it's like a dam ball. The dampers are fixed 2 to 3 meters before the point of supports at both the sides. So at near to the towers, we are using dampers are fixing at both the sides. They are fixed in parallel with the conductor, right, and reduce the effects of vibration at points of supports. Due to these effects, we are dampers are using here. Damper is nothing but weight of the, if the weight is more, it does not swing. So here the same situation is occurred in dampers. Here it is the conductor, here these are the clamps, and these are the threading and weights. If the weight is more, the conductor does not swing, right. Yeah, these are the practical dampers. So these are the damper near to the towers, 2 to 3 meters near to the become the conductors near to the both the ends. Stringing charge. Stringing charge means it is gives the full information about sag and tension and different temperatures. Tension of supports in cages and sag in meters and temperature in 0 degree centigrades. So the stringing charge for 300 meter span. Right. So the tension of supports in cages and sag in meters and stringing charge for 300 meter span. So if the sag is for 300 meter span length, the sag is up to approximately, that is 12.5 meters, and the tension of the cages is 1150 approximately, that is 1100, right. So at 1100 the maximum temperature is 45 degree centigrade. The stringing charge gives the information about height of the tower and length of the tower, size of the conductor, and the minimum clearance, and the voltage, and the span, allowable span. These are the information we have to find in stringing charts. So in this class we are discussing about what are the disadvantages of loose pants and what is the how to improve the loose pan and what is the need of stringy chart. So in this class we are discussing about another topic, that is insulators. Insulators does not allow the current. So insulator is one of the main component used in overhead lines. These are installed between the supporting poles, towers and conductors. Supporting poles and towers and conductors. And the bare conductors without insulation are used for transmission lines. So for transmission line there is no insulation between the conductors. So to protect from leakage currents passing through the supports to earth, insulators are installed between the supports and line conductor. So to protect from human beings the leakage currents passing through the supports to earth, insulators are installed between the supports and line conductors. So in this class we are discussing about insulators, what are the requirements of materials used, types of insulators and puncture, flashover. See there are some definitions. So what is insulator? Properties of insulator is, actually insulators are provided between the conductors and cross arms. Conductors and cross arms in order to prevent short circuit between the different phase conductors of the line and also to prevent leakage of current to earth through the cross arms on the supports. The main insulators are provided between the conductor and cross arms in order to prevent short circuit between the different phase conductors of the line and also to prevent leakage of current to earth to the cross arms on the supports. See what the properties of insulators is, right? And the properties and or requirements of insulators. So requirement insulator is the high mechanical strength. High mechanical strength. High mechanical means it's mechanically it's very strong in order to withstand the load due to the weight of the conductor and vibrating shocks. So mechanically it will be very strong to avoid the vibration and shocks. To bear the weight of the conductor, wind pressure and ice weight. So the it will be very strong to bear the weight of the conductor, wind pressure and ice weight, and high relative permeability, high relative permittivity, high relative permittivity in order to give high dielectric strength. So relative permittivity belongs to dielectric strength, right? To provide high dielectric strength, high insulation resistance. High insulation resistance is in order to avoid leakage of currents to earth. High insulation resistance means to avoid leakage of currents to earth, to prevent leakage of current to earth. And high ratio of rupture strength to flashover voltage. High ratio of puncture strength to flashover voltage and should withstand to large temperature variations, and it should be withstand to large temperature variations. Should not be porous. It should not be porous, and material should not change its properties due to the fluids and gases in atmosphere. Due to the gases, fluids and gases in atmosphere, and free from internal impurities and cracks. It must be free from internal impurities and cracks, and it should be impervious to fluids and gases of atmosphere, and it should withstand the temperature and longer life, and good appearance should be free from rust. So these are the different types of requirements or properties of insulators. The materials used for insulators. What are the materials used for insulator? A porcelain, glass, steatite, special artificial materials. So now we have to study about these different types of insulators. So what is porcelain, glass, steatite, and special artificial materials? Porcelain insulator. It is produced by right, it is produced by firing with controlled temperature, a mixture of kaolin and feldspar and quartz. It is mechanical stronger than glass, less trouble from leakage, and less susceptible to temperature variations. Surface is not affected by dirt deposits. Does not withstand if tensile strength exceeds 5 kg per square mm. It does not withstand if tensile strength exceeds 5 kg per square mm. And the dielectric of porcelain insulator is 6.5 kilovolts per mm. The compressive strength is of 700 kg per square mm. The glass insulator. Glass insulator is nothing but it is cheaper than the porcelain in the simpler shapes. It is very cheap compared to porcelain materials. And the resistivity and dielectric strength increases to 4 kV mm if properly toughened and annealed. The resistivity and dielectric strength increases to 4 kV mm if properly toughened and annealed. Due to higher dielectric strength, it is simple one design. It can withstand to higher compressive strength than porcelain. It can withstand higher compressive strength than porcelain. The lower coefficient of expansion can be used up to 25 kV under ordinary atmospheric conditions, 50 kV in dry atmosphere. So low coefficient of expansion can be used up to 25 kV under ordinary atmospheric conditions, 50 kV in dry atmosphere. Steatite. Naturally occurring magnesium is silicate. Occurring magnesium is silicate. It is found combined with various proportions of oxides. It is much higher tensile and bending stress than porcelain, and it is used for tension towards and at sharp turns of transmission lines. We are using steatite insulators. Steatite insulator materials used for tension towards towers and sharp turns of transmission lines, and special artificial materials. Insulators made with these materials are used for low voltages, can be molded into any shapes without any internal stress. Insulation properties deteriorate rapidly in bad climatic conditions, due to which flash shower. Insulation properties deteriorate rapidly in bad climatic conditions, due to which flash shower. In the types of insulators. Oh, these are the different types of insulators. First one is pin type, suspension type, and strain type, and shackle type. Pin type, suspension type, strain type, and shackle type insulators. Pin type, suspension type, strain type, and shackle type insulators, and stay type insulators. So pin type insulator, it is used for up to 33 kV. These are insulators are very economical. So above 33 kV, this insulator weight is more and uneconomical. So up to 33 kV only we are using this type of pin type of insulators. One piece insulators are used up to 25 kV. If 50 kV is there, we have to use pin type insulators 2. Multi pieces insulators are used for up to 33 kV to 66 kV. And elevation of low tension pin type insulators, cross sectional view of LT pin type of insulator. So the main application of pin type insulators are mm, 33 kV pin type insulators are used for primary distribution, and where 11 kV and 400 volts 230 volts pin insulator is used for secondary distribution. So the both the cases we are using pin type of insulators for distribution, secondary distribution and primary distribution. So these are the cross sectional view of low tension pin type insulator, that is 220 volts or 400 volts. So this is the cross sectional view of the insulator, your 25 kV pin insulator, cross sectional view of 25 kV pin type insulator. So this is the cross sectional view of the pin type insulation. So multi-piece pin type insulator. Multi-piece is nothing but, so in first case we are seeing only one disc, but multi-piece means we are having two pieces. So in previous case it has only one piece, so it multi-piece means both the cases. So cross section view of multi-piece pin type insulators. So the cross sectional view of the multi-piece pin type insulator. Here it is three piece third layer pin type insulators. There is a three layers pin type insulators. See here, cross sectional view of different layers. Multi pieces insulators are fastened with Portland cement. So porcelain means pin type is nothing but we are using ceramic type of material here, or porcelain type of materials. The leakage current path length is increased by proper design of petticoats or rain shields. So the leakage of current path length is increased by proper design of petticoats or rain shades. Due to rain, outer surface becomes wet. So the rain shades are so designed that inner shades kept dry. So outer layer should be always dry. So inner dry surface length is sufficient to protect from leakage current. Inner dry surface length is sufficient to protect from leakage current. The steel pin is so designed that one end is fixed at the bottom of the insulator and other end is mounted on the cross arm. So steel pin is so designed that one end is fixed at bottom of the insulator and other end is mounted on the cross arm. So these are the pin type insulator. The conductor is binding on the top of the insulator with a soft conducting wire. So conductor is binding on the top of the insulator with a soft conducting wire, and the pole height is reduced as conductor runs above cross arm. So pole height is reduced as conductor runs above cross arms. These insulators are used for intermediate poles on straight run. These insulators are used for intermediate poles on straight run. And these insulators cannot take any tension. The ratio of the spark over voltage to the working voltage must be high for low voltage. The ratio of spark over the voltage to the working voltage must be high for low voltage. And suspension type insulator. This type of insulators are suspended below the cross arm. This type of insulator suspended below the cross arm, and conductor is clamped below the insulator. Most commonly used metal cap cemented suspended insulator is shown in figure. Right? So these are the commonly using suspension type insulators. So suspension type are Disc type insulators are designed for 11 kV and are used for high tension and low tension transmission and distribution. For high voltages, these insulators are connected in series. It is made up of with one piece. So porcelain insulator is using here. These are the insulators, suspension type insulators. At the bottom of metallic steel pin is connected with a cement. At the top of metallic cap is fastened with the cement. As each insulator can withstand up to 11 kV to 16 kV. Suppose here how many discs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 into 11. So approximately is 88 kV or 16 into 8. So it is approximately 132 kV line. The two suspended type insulators are joined together either by pin or Selvic or ball and socket joints as shown in figure. So one each can be joined with the help of pin or Selvis or ball and socket joints. Right? So porcelain and cement and steel have different coefficient of cubical expansion. So sudden change in temperature, internal stress are developed. So sudden changes in temperature, internal stress are due to this stress cracks developed in porcelain, which leads to electrical failure. So these insulators are used in horizontal plane. Horizontal plane. Sudden change in temperature, internal stress are developed due to the stress cracks developed in the porcelain, which leads to electrical failure. So that's why we are using in horizontal plane. So there are three types of suspension type insulators: Hewlett or internal linking, interlinking type, cemented cap type, and core or link type. So these are the cross-sectional view of suspension type insulators. So steel pin and metal cap, right? So cross-sectional of cross suspension type insulators. See, this is the cross-sectional view of the pin suspension type insulator. So previously it is only one disc is there. The number of three discs are three. And so here we are containing here horizontally Hewlett type, and next one is strain insulators. These are the strain insulators. Strain insulators are used for mainly dead end at dead end places. We are using strain insulators, right? So all strain type of insulators are usually designed for 11 kV and used for dead end poles, towers, and 90 degrees turns, edge structure, change of conductor, etc. with the horizontal string constructions. Only at the dead ends of 90 degrees turns, edge type of designs. So we are using strain type insulators. Overhead line conductors are under greater tension at termination of line, that is dead end, at corners, at sharp turns, and line crosses river. For HT lines, strain type disc insulators are used depending on the HT voltage. Number of insulators are used in shown in figure. So the mainly strain type insulators are used at dead end places or at corners, at sharp turns, and line crosses the river. For HT lines, strain type disc insulators are used depending on the HT voltage. Number of insulators are used. These insulators are used in vertical plane. Here it is the pole, that is the cross arms, and the clamp. Here it is the insulator. Strain type insulators. These are the strain type insulators and the conductors. So at the place of dead end, only strain type insulators are used. Next, shaggle type insulators. Shaggle type insulators is These are used for low voltage distribution along or across the streets, particularly dead ends, or for vertical configuration along the streets. Used for low tension lines at termination of line, dead end, at corners, at sharp turns and line crosses. Reward used for vertical or horizontal plane. Wet flashover voltage is 10 kV. Flashover voltage is for shackle type insulator, that is 10 kV only. So these are the shackle type insulators. And dry flashover voltage is 25 kV. The hole in the insulator distributes the load more evenly and reduces the possibility of breakage. So dry flashover voltage is 25 kV. The hole in the insulator distributes the load more eventually and reduces the possibility of breakage. And conductors are fixed in the grooves by binding with the soft conducting wires. This is a cross-sectional view of shackle type insulators. This is the cross-sectional view of the shackle type insulators and stay insulators. Stay insulators are called as guy insulators. Guys are stays. Right. These are connected in between the dead end towers supporting the poles. It is used for insulating the stay or guy wire to protect the people and animals from grounding. It consists of two holes at right angles to each other as shown in figure. In the cross-sectional view of the stray insulator or guy insulator, the cross-sectional view of the stay insulator. See here in cross-sectional view, here it is one conductor is connected like this, another conductor is connected like this. So these are the two holes connected in 90 degrees apart. So there is no connection between the conductors. So two ends of the guy or stay wires are looped through the two holes. These two loops produces a compressive stress on the porcelain. Insulator is provided at a higher height of about 3 meters above the ground level. So in this class we are discussing about what is the disadvantage of loose spans and stringing charts and different types of insulator. Here once again I am explaining here what are the properties of insulators is high mechanical strength to bear the voltage, weight of the conductor and wind pressure and ice of the weight, high relative permeability to provide high dielectric strength, and high insulation resistance to prevent leakage of the current to earth. These are the requirements or properties of insulators. And high ratio of puncture strength to flashover voltage, should withstand to large temperature variations, should not be porous, and should not change its properties due to the fluids and gases in atmosphere, and it is free from internal impurities and cracks. What are the materials used for insulators? Right. So porcelain, glass, statite, and special artificial materials are used. What is porcelain material? It is produced by firing the controlled temperature of a mixture of kaolin, feldspar, and quartz. It is mechanically stronger than the glass, less trouble from leakage, less susceptible to temperature variations, and surface is not affected by dust deposits, and does not withstand if tensile strength exceeds 5 kg per square mm. And the dielectric strength of the porcelain material is 6.5 kV per mm, and the compressive strength of the porcelain material is 700 kg per square mm. And the glass insulator cheaper than the porcelain in the simpler shapes, and resistivity and dielectric strength increases to 4 kV per mm if properly toughened and annealed. Due to dielectric strength, it is simple in one and design, it can withstand to higher compressive strength than porcelain, and its lower coefficient of expansion can be used up to 25 kV under ordinary atmospheric conditions, 50 kV in dry atmosphere. So normally we are using 25 kV for in atmospheric conditions, dry atmosphere 50 kV we are using gas glass insulators. Status, it is naturally occurring magnesium silicate. It is found combined with various proportions of oxides. It has much higher tensile and bending stress than porcelain. And it is used for tension towards and at sharp ends of transmission lines. And these are the special artificial materials and insulators made with these materials are used for low voltages and can be molded into any shapes without any internal stress. And insulation properties deteriorate rapidly in bad climatic conditions due to which flashover. The types of insulator. So these are the most important types of insulators are pin type, suspension type, shackle type, and strain type insulators. These are the four types of insulators: pin type, suspension type, strain type, and shackle type insulators. So first we have to see the pin type insulator, that is up to 33 kV. Pin type insulators are economical. So above 33 kV these insulators weight is more and uneconomical. So up to 1133 kV we are using pin type insulator. Beyond 33 kV due to the weight of the conductor, so we are not using pin type insulators. One piece of insulators are used for 25 kV. So two pieces insulators used for up to 50 kV. Multi pieces insulators are used for up to 33 kV to 66 kV. So this is the cross sectional view of the LT pin type of insulators. This is a 25 kV pin type of insulator. So these are all are in, again we are studied in drawing class. You have to draw the all the these types of insulators pin type in your drawing. So multi-piece pin type insulators. These are the cross sectional view of the insulators. The multi-pieces insulators are fastened with Portland cement. The leakage of current path length is increased by proper design of petticoats or rain shades. Due to rain, outer surface becomes wet. So rain shields are designed for inner shades kept dry. So due to these atmospheric conditions, so outer surface will be dry and the inner surface will be shades kept dry. And inner dry surface length is sufficient to protect from leakage current. The steel pin is so designed that one end is fixed at bottom of the insulator and other end is mounted on the cross arm. And the conductor is binding on the top of the insulator with a soft conducting wire. The polarity is reduced as conductor runs above cross arm. And these insulators are used for intermediate poles on straight run. These insulators cannot be take any tension. The ratio of spark over voltage to the working voltage must be high for low voltages. The ratio should be high. The suspension type insulators. This type of insulators are suspended below the cross arm. The conductor is clamped below the insulator, and most commonly used metal cap cemented suspended insulator is shown in figure. So it is made with one piece. So these are the suspension type insulator. Each disc is contains 11 kV, up 11 kV to 16 kV. At the bottom of metallic sheet pin is fastened with cement. At the top of metallic cap is fastened with the cement. As each insulator withstand 11 kV to 16 kV, the two suspended type insulators joined together either by pin or selvage or ball and socket joints. Right? and the porcelain, cement and steel have different coefficient of cubical expansion. So these are the shock suspension type insulators. Due to the stress stresses cracks developed in porcelain, which leads to electrical failure, sudden changes in temperature. So these insulators are used in horizontal plane only. And these are the three types of suspension insulators: Hewlett or interlinking type, cemented cap type, and core or link type. So these are the Hewlett type suspension type insulators. Hewlett type insulators are the strain type insulators. Strain type insulators are mainly used at dead end or 90-degree stunts or H type configurations, or the termination of line at dead end, at corners, at sharp turns, line crosses the river, right? So HT line strain type disc insulators are used depending on the HT voltage. Number of insulators are used in the these insulators are used in vertical plane. These are the pole insulators. 1, 2, 3 insulators. We are connecting only horizontal. Strain type insulators are connected in horizontal, and strain type connected in, and this is conductor. And shackle type is connected, insulators are connected in between the dead ends lines and corners and turning points. Termination of line at dead ends, at corners and sharp turns, and line crosses the river. So for user for vertical and horizontal plane. West this wet flashover voltage is 10 kV and the dry flashover voltage is 25 kV. The hole in the insulator distributes the load more evenly and reduces the possibility of breakage. So conductors are fixed in the grooves by binding with the soft conducting wires. So these are the shackle type insulators. This is a cross sectional view of shackle type insulator. And stay is nothing but stay or guy insulators. So in between corners at 90 degrees, so we are using stay insulators. To support the poles, we are using another poles. So in between the poles, we are using stay insulators. It is used for insulating the stay or guy wire to protect the people and animals from grounding. It consists of two holes at right angles to each other as shown in figure. So this is the cross sectional view of the you see here it is one hole and another hole is like this horizontal plane, and this is the cross sectional view of the stay insulators. Right? The two ends of the guy or stay wires are looped throughout the two holes. Those two loops produces a comprehensive stress on porcelain, and insulator is provided at a height of about 3 meter above ground level. So in this class we are discussing about different types of insulators and different types of materials used for insulators, and what is the disadvantage of loose span and dampers and string chart. So in this class we are discussing about different insulators: pin type, strain type, suspension type and shackle type, right? So next class we are discussing with another class topics, right? So in this the different applications of insulators will be very important. In the next, polymer insulators. Polymer insulator has two parts. One is glass fiber reinforced epoxy resin rod shaped core, and other is silicon rubber or EPDM, right? What the advantage of polymer insulators is, it is very lightweight, compared to porcelain and glass insulator. As the composite insulator is flexible, the change of breakage becomes minimum. Because of lighter in weight and smaller in size, this insulator has lower installation cost. It has higher tensile strength compared to porcelain insulator. Its performance is better, particularly in polluted areas. Due to lighter weight, polymer insulators imposes less load to the supporting structure and less cleaning is required due to hydrophobic nature of insulators. Right? And what are the disadvantages of polymer insulator is moisture may enter in the core if there is any unwanted gap between the core and weather shades. This may cause electrical failure of the insulator, or over crimping in end fittings may result to crack in the core, which leads to mechanical failure of polymer insulators. So these are the different types of insulators: pin type, strain type, suspension type, cycle type, and polymer insulators. So in this class we are discussing about different types of insulators, loose spans, and materials of insulators. Okay, thank you.